Went up downtown. Went up downtown. Went up downtown. I want to save my soul.
Happy Hoppy Hour beer lovers. I'm Lindsey, back for another episode of the Hoppy Girl Podcast, and I love Colorado beer production. We're doing a beer tasting today, so we're traveling to another location to try some cool beer. Before we get started though, as always, if you don't mind, like, subscribe, follow, and leave a cool review at all the socials. I'm at the Hoppy Girl Podcast. So where are we today? We're at Denver Beer Company in Denver, Colorado, a true Colorado beer staple for sure. So let's get into some of the history of Denver Beer Co., and then we'll talk about the beer I'm going to try today, and then we'll taste. So Denver Beer Company was started by Charlie Berger and Patrick Crawford in 2011. They have since expanded to 5 different locations in the Denver metro area. So here today, I'm at the Platt Street location. They lovingly call it their OG location. It was where all the magic began. It was their initial site. For those of you not familiar with the locations, this location is basically near downtown Denver, so we're kind of butting up to downtown Denver. We're also right next to the Lower neighborhood, Lower Highlands neighborhood, and the Rhino neighborhood, River North neighborhood. The other 4 locations minus this one, so the 5 total, is this one, the Platt Street, Lowry, Littleton, Old Town Arvada, and South Downey. So this specific location has some cool little accolades that I'm going to get into. I don't want to mess this up, so let's see. In 2012, 5280 Top of the Town named Denver Beer Co. Reader's Choice Best New Brewery. And in both 2017 and 2020, Westwood Reader's Choice Best Patio for Pets. And in 2020, Westwood Reader's Choice for Best Brewery. So that's pretty cool for this location to win that many awards for just this location, even though they have a bunch of other ones. And honestly, if you haven't been here in this location for a while, I would come check it out. This area has seen a ton of growth, and we're here on a Sunday and it's already bustling. So it's pretty cool. I could go on about more cool things about this location in Denver Beer Co. in general, but I want to talk about one thing that they're very proud of, which is their sustainability efforts. So Denver Beer Co. Is committed to helping kind of save the environment and using energy in a unique way. So their CanWorks production, which is where the beer is not only canned and bottled and kegged, but some of their other operations are located, is 100% based off of solar power. So they've got a ton of solar panels at the top of the building, and the entire facility is run 100% based off of solar power, according to their website. For my non-Colorado listeners, Colorado gets an average of 300 days of sunlight a year, so the sun's actually a great resource for some clean energy, and Denver Beer Co. is taking advantage of it. Because of these efforts, Denver Beer Company has also been awarded the Environmental Leadership Program Award, which again goes back to using clean energy to help run their production. Okay, so now on to the beer. What are we trying today? The infamous Graham Cracker Porter. This has been one of their flagship beers since they opened in 2011, making it a pretty easy choice for me today. This is also a pretty popular one. Anyone who knows. Let's get into the style of the beer first. This is technically an American porter. An American porter beer was instilled by an English porter, but then tends to bend and break all the rules. So brewers tend to get pretty innovative with this style of beer. They add coffee, hops, chocolate, they even barrel age it. Tends to be about medium brown to black in color and can range in bitterness depending on what's added to it. It also has a range of ABV ranging from about 4 to 7% typically, but with those barrel aged beers that can go up. All right, this beer is actually also a pretty decorated beer. I'm going to read a bit from my notes because I want to make sure I get all of these medals and awards correct. So in 2011, GABF Bronze Medal for Specialty Beer. In 2018, GABF Silver Medal for Specialty Beer category. In 2020, the International Beer Cup Silver. In 2020, the European Beer Star Silver for an alternative cereal beer, which is interesting. 2021, Australian International Beer Awards Silver. And then in 2022, World Beer Cup Bronze for specialty beer. Another fun credit is 5280 did a big magazine review on Denver Beer Co. and this beer specifically, so that was pretty great. According to their website, here are the specs. So it's 5.6% ABV and IBUs in that kind of middle range. On their website, they leave this kind of marketing shtick that goes with their beer that I want to read to you word for word because I think it kind of hits the nail on the head, but then we'll go ahead and taste to make sure that this is accurate. And I quote, "Pairs well with s'mores intense, like a campfire in a glass. This robust beauty has seductive notes of vanilla, smoked cedar, and mulling spices. A dark pour with a mild lacing. She is a roller coaster of lush chocolate diving into a semi-dry finish of roasted, malted, and biscuits." Yum. All right, let's taste. So before we get started, I'm just gonna quickly review the steps of tasting. You've got appearance, aroma, taste, and mouthfeel in that order. So let's go ahead and get started. When it comes to appearance, she hits the nail on the head, right? That dark brown, almost black finish hitting in kind of that American Porter style. Aroma, so we go ahead and smell. And again, hits the nail on the head. Smells like camping. A lot of toastedness, a lot of vanilla, maybe a slight chocolate hint in there, but definitely smells like a campfire, camping, that outdoor feel. Let's go ahead and taste. I feel like it's also similar to the smell. It's very toasty, very roasted, got a vanilla, kind of, you can feel that cedar in there just slightly, but it's really pretty smooth. I'm not getting a ton of hoppiness or bitterness. It's a pretty smooth, kind of fun, sweeter style of a beer with that vanilla hint in it. And then lastly, we have mouthfeel. So I'm going to taste one more time just to make sure. So I get smooth, clean, with a slight dry finish, not a very heavy mouthfeel at all. It's pretty smooth and pretty clean. Okay, so that's it. I highly recommend checking out Denver Beer Co. and I highly recommend checking out their Graham Cracker Porter. This location, along with their other ones, there's a ton of events going on, so check out their website to find out more. And that's all from me. I think I'm gonna go enjoy this beer and maybe one more. We'll see. So hit me up on all the socials as always at the Hoppy Girl Podcast, and we'll see you next time.
Save my soul.
And leave a review on all the socials at the Hoppy Girl Podcast. I'm fumbling on that. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Do I need to speak louder? I can talk louder. I don't want to yell, but... Nope.